Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast. Welcome to my channel. Today it's going to be a crochet stitch tutorial. Today's stitch tutorial is called the Crossbill stitch. It comes in multiples of 4 plus 1. If you are working from a base chain, you're going to need to add 2. So for today's tutorial, I have chained 23. So if you would like to follow along with me, please grab a ball of scrap yarn like I have done myself, which is just probably some Red Heart, Super Saver, and a crochet hook, and chain yourself up 23 chains. While you do that, I will go over a little bit about this particular swatch that I have done. Show you both sides. So it's made up of double crochets and chain 1 spaces. The double crochets, you have some standalones that stand by themselves, and then we have some crisscross stitches, hence the name Crossbill. This is a 2-row repeat. You will repeat rows 2 and 3. In this particular swatch, I have worked up 5 rows. So let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully you have your chain 23. Go ahead and turn it on its side, and we're going to double crochet into the 6th stitch from your hook. So counting these bumps on the back, because that is what we're going to be working in, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Place 1 double crochet into that 6th bump from your hook. And now with crisscross stitches, you're going to be working into stitches behind the prior stitch. So you need to chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next, working backwards. And again, I will be working into those bumps on the back of the chain. Once you have double crocheted into that stitch, we're now going to work forward. So in front of that very first double crochet that you made, you're going to place a double crochet into the next chain stitch. And that will be your repeat. You're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and place a double crochet into the 3rd stitch. We're going to do a crisscross stitch. So chain 1, and now we're going to work behind that double crochet. So skipping back, skip 1 stitch and double crochet into the next. And now we're going to place 1 double crochet into the chain stitch, just following the first double crochet of your crisscross. So back to working forward again. Now we're going to do that same repeat. We're going to skip 2 and place a double crochet into the 3rd chain stitch. Chain 1, and now work backwards, skip 1 and double crochet into the next. Now back to working forward. You're going to place 1 double crochet into the next available chain stitch after your X stitch. All right, let's do that again. You're going to skip 2 and work a double crochet into the next stitch. chain 1. That chain 1 is going to cover your skip 1 when you work backwards. So you consider your chain 1 as your skip 1 worked stitch. Double crochet into the next stitch, working backwards. All right, so now we're going to go past our 3 stitches that we just worked for our X stitch and place a double crochet into the next available chain stitch in front of your X stitch. We're going to do that repeat one more time together here. You're going to skip 1, 2 and double crochet into the next. Chain 1 and now work backwards. Skip 1 and double crochet into the next. And you should have 1 chain left. You double crochet into that last chain. Now you're going to chain 3 and turn your work. All right, now we're going to place a double crochet back into that very same stitch that your chain comes from, so the very first stitch. Place a double crochet. Now you're going to skip over your next stitch and double crochet into the chain 1. Now we're going to work over the next 3 stitches for our crisscross stitch. You're going to skip 2 and double crochet into the next. Chain 1. And now where we work backwards, you skip 1 and double crochet into the next. And then skip forward. You're going to place a double crochet into that chain 1. That is going to be your repeat across row 2. So we're going to work over the next 3 stitches. Skip 2, double crochet into the next, chain 1, work backwards by skipping 1 and double crocheting into the next. And now back to working forward. Place 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space, or into the chain 1 itself. Okay, go ahead and continue working towards the end. I'm going to pick up with you right here at the very end, just before we finish, and I'll show you how to finish up row 2. Okay, so I'm down here at the end. I have placed my last standalone double crochet into that last chain 1 space. And now all I'm going to do is place 2 double crochets into the top of the chain 3 here at the very end. And that will make it match the other side by placing 2 double crochets. So for this row 2, which is the first of your 2-row repeat, you have 2 double crochets in your very first stitch. You have a double crochet in your chain 1, and then you start crisscross double crochet in your chain 1, crisscross, double crochet in your chain 1, crisscross, double crochet in your chain 1, crisscross, double crochet in your chain 1, and 2 double crochets at the very end. Now you're going to chain 3, and turn your work. Row 3 begins right away with your crisscross stitch. So you're going to skip your first stitch that the chain is coming from. And then you're going to skip your next 2 stitches. And we're going to work into the following stitch, placing a double crochet, chain 1, and now work backwards. Skip 1 and double crochet into the next. Then you're simply going to jump to your chain 1 of the crisscross from below and double crochet into it. And then begin your repeat. Let's do our crisscross stitch by skipping the next 2 stitches and placing a double crochet into the third. Chain 1, work backwards, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. And then go back to working forward and place a double crochet into that chain 1. Okay. Again, we're going to do that one more time. You're going to skip the next 2 stitches and double crochet into the following. Then chain 1 and work backwards. Skip 1 and double crochet into the next. Then you're going to work forward by placing a double crochet into your chain 1. Let's go ahead and do that again. Skip 2, double crochet into the next, chain 1. Let's work backwards, skip 1 and double crochet into the next. Place a double crochet into your chain 1. All right, we're down here at the end. We're going to skip our next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and into the third, you're going to double crochet, chain 1. Now work backwards, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. And then you're going to place a double crochet into the top of your chain 3. And that is your second row for your repeat. You will just simply repeat rows 2 and 3 for however long you want. If you want to make this a scarf, or if you're wanting to make this into a top, you can use this stitch for all kinds of things. It is textured. It does have this cross, like diagonal look to it by the crisscrosses. So your double crochets give it this appearance that there's a diagonal on the fabric itself. There you go. You should be able to see it pretty good right there. So I hope you have enjoyed this stitch tutorial. I hope that you can find it useful in one of your upcoming projects. Maybe you want to design something small, or maybe make a washcloth with it. It is a little bit dense. And by working into the back bumps on your starting chain, you allow elasticity in your chain on both ends. And both ends actually look the same. All right, everyone, be blessed, be a blessing, and until next time, bye for now.